the last dance of the Eurocup-3 campaign, we found ourselves at the Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona, a circuit that's featured on the calendar ever since our inaugural season in 2023, and the track always seems to bring the heat, whether that be on or off track. This year, it was definitely on track as we saw some great battles with Emerson Fittipaldi, who lined up on the front row of the grid, struggling off the line and instantly having to go on the defence and scramble to gain back some lost time. And with this race searching for a 10th unique race winner of the season and 2 non-race winners starting on the front row, it was looking more than likely. But unfortunately for Ernesto Rivera, we saw the Red Bull Junior bow out early due to a fault, but pulling off into an escape road, no safety car was deployed. However, the same can't be said for Alexander Abkazava. After a quick trip into the gravel trap, saw the KCL MP Motorsport machine go flying off into the pit wall on the other side. A scary accident, but very lucky that the driver involved was okay. With the deployment of the safety car out onto the field, all of the hard work done by Kasper Stuker out in front was instantly undone, and he had it all to do again, but with a great safety car restart that saw him peel away from the rest of the pack. With drivers eager to get back involved in the action, they were wasting no time at getting stuck in. But as the race was coming to a close, the prophecy became true, and Kasper Stuker became our 10th unique winner of the Eurocup-3 season, setting a new record for the championship. And with unbelievable pace on display, it was a deserved win for the pole. But with another race on Sunday still to go, the celebrations couldn't start too early. As the drivers prepared themselves for one last race to round out what has been a spectacular season in Eurocup-3, it was Andreas Cardenas and Emerson Fittipaldi Jr. that would take us away from the front row of the grid, but it would be 30 minutes plus 1 lap of action to decide who rounds out the season on a high and can bow out victorious. But for Lorenzo Campos and Adam Hideg, the excitement bubbled over as we saw both cars retire in the first few corners of the race. Not the way you would be wanting to end your season. After the safety car departed and the drivers were let loose once again, it was Andreas Cardenas who still led the way, this time from Valerio Rinicella, his teammate in behind. And I think it's fair to say, with the 2 MP boys out in front, it was a powerhouse duo that were breaking away from the rest of the field, with no one else on par with the lap times that were being set by them. With a healthy gap in behind his teammate of Valerio Rinicella, for Andreas Cardenas it was just a task of keeping a steady head on his shoulders and making sure that mistakes didn't creep in over the course of the race, as there was still a long way to go. For Valerio Rinicella though, a nice haul of 18 points would secure himself that runner-up spot in the championship, so the MP Motorsport teammates clearly not opting to battle out in front. For another man suited in orange, Alexander Abkazava had to deal with the pressure though, as he had yesterday's race winner of Kasper Stuker breathing down his neck. With the track looking quite tame at the moment and drivers being spaced out, they were able to circulate the track and drink up the emotions to celebrate what has been a historic season in Eurocup-3 with 10 unique winners across 18 races. And with Eurocup-3 also waving goodbye to the Tatuus 318 chassis at the end of this season, there was no better way to do it than in Barcelona at the home of Spanish motorsport. But it wouldn't be a true end to the Eurocup-3 season without some last moment drama after a mechanical issue saw Zach Skillet's front tyre come off his car and cause another safety car, meaning the pack was back to square one. But with a perfect safety car restart, there was no problems out in front for the 2 MP Motorsport drivers. However, for drivers in the mid-pack, this was the perfect opportunity to pounce, as opportunities were becoming fewer and fewer as the clock ticked down. This safety car restart was breeding action as we saw some great battles on display from the likes of Alexander Abkazava and Mikhail Belov as drivers squabbled for position, hunting glory in their final race. While it was tame out in front for the 2 MP Motorsport drivers, the Griffin Core teammates of Stuker and Carrasquedo completely went against the grain and thought to take the race into their own hands as the 2 teammates declared war upon each other. With MP Motorsport having already taken home the team's championship, it was a display of dominance out in front from their 2 men. However, for the Griffin Core teammates, it was a display of pure racecraft, as it was all up for bragging rights at this point. With Jesse Carrasquedo giving us a masterclass on defense, it almost became a little bit too much, as the 27 out in front locked up down into turn 1, meaning the 2 teammates nearly collided, forcing Stuka off the road as a result of doing so. But as the racecraft exhibition came to a close, there was only a few more corners until we rounded the final bend and saw the checkered flag for the final time, as the Peruvian flag would be hoisted high on the top step. And with 2026 having new regulations, new cars and new challenges, who knows what next year will hold.